Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Orion Dino Horde what the hell, multiplayer beta? It doesn't say that on the Steam page. There's no mention of it being a beta. Apparently it's a multiplayer beta though. This is my first impressions of what is basically Orion Dino Beatdown with a microtransaction store, a few other maps, and some extra animations. That's me being kind to it. Let me tell you of a little bit of a tribulation and a trial that you have when you go into a game like this that has got so much negativity riding on it. There's one of a couple of approaches you can take. One, you can try and go in as unbiased as possible and try and ignore everything you've heard about it. Good luck. Very difficult to do, very disingenuous as well. Let's not pretend that our opinions about products are not colored by what we hear about them before we actually get into the game. That is a lie. Blatant lie. The second way of approaching it is you could be contrarian. You could deliberately look for good things. You can try and say, oh, well, this game isn't as bad as you're making it out to be. Once again, though, that can be dishonest as well, because you deliberately ignore some of the problems, or you hype up the few things that's actually good about the game and say, guys, it's not that bad. At the end of the day, extremism gets views. That's just the way of things. There's a reason why the highest reviews and the lowest reviews are the ones people tend to pay attention to the most. Kind of annoying, really, isn't it? And there's the approach of just going in there, knowing everything, assuming it's going to be terrible, but having an unrealistic idea of just how terrible it really is. I think it's very easy to be disappointed if you're looking for the biggest disaster in gaming, because that's what people have hyped it up to be, and then you come in and it's merely dreadful. I say merely dreadful. It's like, oh, this is a 2 out of 10 instead of the minus 20 that you gave it. Let me tell you what Orion Dino Horde is. Orion Dino Horde is an update to Orion Dino Beatdown. For some reason, they were allowed to rebrand the game and put it back up on Steam. This is bugged out so much, by the way, that sometimes when I refresh the front page, it actually shows the words Orion Dino Beatdown instead of Orion Dino Horde. This replaces Orion Dino Beatdown. It's a patch for everyone that owns the original game. And yet, it is listed as a new title, gets right back up to the front page on Steam as a direct result, and even got a new Metacritic page, until Metacritic wised up to it and said, oi, hang on a second, this is not a new game at all, this is just a patch. You don't get to re-release a game if all you do is patch it. Anyway, there's so much controversy swimming around this, I don't want to even talk about that. We could go on for hours about it. There's a lot of accusations. We don't know how much of it's true and what isn't. Let's focus on the game. So let's go into the options menu. Now, surprisingly enough, even though it's goddamn hideous, this options menu does have a significant amount of stuff you can do. Its FOV slider goes all the way up to 100, which is quite nice. It's good. Full range of resolution options are available, as well as some tweaking that you can do here and there. You probably have to tweak it because this game is horribly optimized, and even on my NVIDIA GTX Titans, it was unable to stay at a good frame rate. I had it drop below 40 at times, which for some people is okay. For me, considering this game looks like it was made in about 2007, this is not okay. You don't pay $2,000 for graphics hardware and expect that to happen. It's pretty bad. Aside from that, you do have a reasonable number of options. This can go off, good lord. This was actually off last time. It turned itself back on for some reason. Controls. There are quite a lot of them. Most of these things you don't really need to know. Most of it is common sense. A lot of slots there. Drop your weapon, crouch and roll, melee attacks if you wish to do that. Change your fire modes and try and communicate with your team. You can also drop cash. Alright. Let's try and get into the game and show you what's going on. So the main mode in this is the survival mode. This mode can be best described as killing floor, basically. That's probably the best way to describe it. Killing floor with dinosaurs. Let's see if I can actually find a server. There aren't a huge number of servers up for this game. Thankfully, it seems like not a lot of people have been tricked into playing it. It's probably for the best. Okay. Don't really have a huge amount of options here. Most of this is dino survival. We could just do Dino Survival. That might work out. Let's jump into this one. This one's still in the lobby, so maybe we can get into this one. Let's see if it actually lets you in to begin with. Alright, cool. So, you get to pick one of 3 classes. The Assault, who has a jetpack ability. Support that has a medic gun, and Recon that has a cloak. We will go Assault because, hey, jetpacks are great, right? Starts you off with 0 credits at this point, and then spawns you directly into the game. Alright, welcome to what Orion Dino Horde is. The answer is the same as Orion Dino Beatdown. Pretty much everything is identical. The idea is that you fend off waves of dinosaurs that are attempting to attack your base. Now, if you don't mind, I just need to double check the controls for your special ability. Left control, there we go. Okay, so that is your jetpack. As you can see, so you can easily jetpack up to the top of a building, which is an extremely good way to deal with enemies that are coming in your general direction and cannot attack you at that kind of distance. So what am I supposed to be defending? Well, the game doesn't really do a particularly good job of telling you, so it's kind of hard to say. What the hell is all that noise? I don't even know. Alright, here come the dinos! Those attack animations are truly mind-boggling. There we go. Smack you on the head with it. Oh, man. Let's just say this game is low fidelity. Let's also say that the aim-down sights on most of the weapons is damn useless. This is one of the better guns for that. There are way more examples of just dreadful aim-down sights. But the game has vehicles, so that's cool, right? I don't think I'm in the driver's seat. Hang on. I might want to get in the driver's... No. Are you getting in the driver's seat? Can I go in the gun? I guess I can go in the gun, right? There we go. Of the Warthog. I mean, Groundhog, or whatever the hell they call it. There we go. I guess I can just kind of sit here holding this button down for a while. Seems to do the job. Where is he? Like, is he the last one on this wave? Who knows? So it is a cooperative defense game. Wow, I didn't even do anything to it. It just rammed into my car. That's interesting. I'm not sure why my gun is tweaking out here either. That's a little bit weird. Alright, let's get in the vehicle and drive that around, shall we? So there are a few different vehicles in this game. The Warthog right here being one of them. Everything has nitros on it because everybody knows nitros make everything cooler. There are 4 dinosaurs remaining. I have no idea where any of them actually are. I don't seem to be attacking us at any point, so who knows. Be nice to just run them over with this thing. It's fairly effective at that. You can also just push people around for no good reason. There you go. Giving them a little bit of a ride, because why not? And the sole point of the game is to kill the dinosaurs, stay alive, get your generators operational. The game doesn't actually tell you this. Is this generator operational or not? I don't know. Usually you hold down E to repair it. Again, the game never tells you any of that stuff. The game seems to be completely devoid of any sort of tutorial, no context-sensitive help whatsoever, so it's fairly difficult initially to figure out what's going on, but once you suddenly realize, oh yeah, it's a cooperative defense game, it's just right over there. He's completely ignoring us. Hey. Maybe if I follow him, he might actually get the idea. How the hell are you supposed to kill all the dinosaurs when they just randomly wander away from you and don't attack your base in any respect? Where'd he go? Where is he? There he is. Hey! Hey! E! There we go. Well done. And now you just run down the car. Which is the easiest way to kill almost any of the dinosaurs in this game, for what I've seen. You have a huge amount of health in a vehicle, so you just gotta boost at them and they die. Really as simple as that. It's not that tricky. You kill dinosaurs, you get money, and you upgrade your character. Of course, those upgrades are not persistent, but that's fine. Nothing really too unusual about that. You can buy various different guns, as well as various different abilities, which are tiered, and augmentations, which will upgrade the stats of your character. Right now, since we don't know where the remaining dinosaurs are, I guess we just have to go and hunt for them. Which is pretty damn stupid, because you have no idea where the bloody things are, and they don't appear to actually show up on the radar until you're right next to them. So, I could just go for a little bit of a drive. Oh, there's one over there. Also, my god, the viewing distance in this game is so dreadful. Look at that fog. It's insane, really. This is an Unreal 3 engine game, by the way. There's actually no reason for that fog to be the way that it is. Okay, I guess he's dead. Hang on a second. That was another dinosaur dead, and you claimed that there were only 4 dinosaurs remaining, and now there's still only 4 dinosaurs remaining. What? Which of these is true? Alright, let's run this dinosaur down. 4 dinosaurs... Are you seeing this? We're killing dinosaurs. It's got exactly the same number of dinosaurs remaining. This is ridiculous. Alright, take him over there and make sure he can get his own vehicle. Then let's go hunting dinosaurs, even though exactly the same will remain regardless. The controls are very standard Borderlands-esque vehicle controls. At least that's the way that I personally would use it. You move your mouse left and right to sort of steer, and then you can activate your nitro boost with shift. There's a dinosaur, or was a dinosaur. Did I even kill it? I don't know. Hard to say. There are also these jet bikes in the game, which are very, very similar. In fact, they look and handle almost identically to the ones in Section 8. You remember the ones in Section 8 Prejudice? They were a lot of fun to drive? Yeah. These are actually fairly fun to drive. I'm going to give them all credit for that. I suppose if you nick the idea wholesale from a different game, it's going to be pretty hard to screw it up. But I think these vehicles may also be very similar to stuff in Halo. I didn't play a lot of Halo, so the only thing I really recognize from Halo is the Warthog, but who knows. Will someone explain to me when this round ever actually ends? The last couple of games that I played of this, the dinosaurs attacked you, you shot them, the wave ended, you then had time to buy stuff, get your new augmentations, repair the generator if you needed to, and then do the same thing again. And then it got progressively more difficult as you went along. In this case, though, I don't know what's happening. It's saying the same number of dinosaurs are remaining as they were previously, which is not exactly great. Alright, there's one up there, and there's one there. Alright, so we'll run him down. Same number of dinosaurs remaining. Let's run him down. Same number of dinosaurs remaining. How? Okay, so apparently only one of those dinosaurs was one we're actually going after. There's no indicator of that. At all. That's ridiculous. Alright, this counts, supposedly. How does this count and nothing else count? This is absurd. Alright, is that it? Cool, have we killed all the dinos, even though there's a bunch of dinosaurs right there? Great, that's awesome. Just keep running them down with the car, I suppose. Apparently you can't do that to the Triceratops. Who knew? So because this game basically takes mechanics wholesale from every game it can possibly imagine, we've also got the fight to survive mechanic, which is something that you probably remember from various games, including, of course, Borderlands. It's definitely one of the games that popularized the mechanic. And again, there is actually nothing wrong with taking ideas from other games. Nothing at all. Mechanics can be borrowed, that's really not a problem. The main issue I've got with this is I don't think the game has a single original bone in its body. And everything it does take, it doesn't do well. Like, the gunning, for instance. You know, a fairly basic idea to have a gun turret in a Jeep, right? But the gun handles horribly, sounds dreadful, and jitters all over the place for no apparent reason. The animation quality in this game is nothing short of dreadful. I did show you the dinosaurs attacking earlier. Yeah, that didn't go well. Not at all. I'm trying to find a place to actually buy my guns, but I think have we wasted all of our time? What is this? I don't even know what this building is. Why is it even here? Who the hell knows? Maybe I should go back to the other area. Not that there's any indicator on the map whatsoever of where I'm supposed to be at this stage, or what I'm supposed to be doing. Or more to the point, which dinosaurs actually count for the killing dinosaurs objective. Is this gonna count? Maybe. Alright, our generator is down. Where? Okay, at least it indicated that. That was nice. So, thus far, what I'm seeing is a mod quality game that's been rebranded and is being sold. Am I cool with that? Hell no, I'm not cool with that. This is sort of Revelations 2012 level of dreadful, honestly. It has its little moments. It's one of those games sometimes it's so bad it's good. The way that the physics on the dinosaurs completely flip out for no good reason. That's laughable. Some of that stuff's hilarious. Just rolling around, running over dinosaurs, because apparently it is the most effective way to kill almost every dinosaur in the game, aside from the ones that fly and the ones that are too big to ram with your vehicle. The fact that is its attack animation. This is not an animation. This is not an attack. This is not a real thing. You just didn't bother to animate that. That's just lazy. Come on. And that's just ridiculous. And yes, you can get picked up by the pterodactyls as they come in, which in itself is pretty hilarious. Most of the time they don't manage it, but every now and again they do. I'm gonna hang around and see if this guy can pick me up. No, he's just gonna kind of... Where'd he go? You wanna give another bash, mate? Go on. Come on. Come on. No, I didn't think so. Yeah, he's just gonna keep doing that over and over and over again. This guy, I don't know where the hell he's going. Here we go. Come back. The jumping is pretty hilarious as well. You can obviously tell what they were trying to do here, and they did not get a single bit of it right. In any way. I'm sure that animating dinosaurs is not an easy thing to do. But when your game looks and feels worse than Dino Crisis, which was a great game, I might add. I'm not dissing on Dino Crisis, I would never do that. Because, you know, I'm a man. But... come on, you can make some improvements on the basis of a game that was out, what, 10 to 15 years ago? Maybe, just maybe. And the main issue is, of course, that everything this game does is done better by other games. A lot of these ideas are taken wholesale from the killing floor style of wave defense, which is you buy new guns between rounds, you defend objectives, and you fight increasingly difficult waves of monsters in a third-person perspective. Alright, what guns do we want? LMG, sounds like a plan. Grab that as my primary. Grab a pistol. These are awful to use, by the way. Not even going to try that. We'll grab the C9 Magnum. Most of these pistols sound identical, by the way. They've just decided to pitch shift them for whatever reason. A Trek 12 or a Trek 13? I guess a Trek 13 is better because it costs more, right?
Get in position.
Stopping power. Okay, let's... upgrade this, upgrade that. Can I just upgrade everything? I actually can. Let's just spend all of my money this round. Oh my god, that is hideous. Gigantic sodding gun model of... there is no aim down sights. There's a slight zoom in here. Which, funnily enough, doesn't actually seem to zoom the gun model in any way, shape, or form. Hey, off he goes. There we go. Go on, off you go. That's kind of hilarious. Oh my. Oh, Jesus. Some of the gun models in this game are really, really bad. And when I said the game was mod quality, I wasn't actually kidding, by the way. It is, in many senses of the word, mod quality. And it was originally supposed to be one, and then they were able to get funding. This gun! God damn! Oh, yeah, that's a powerful Magnum right there. I'm kind of waving it in his face, hoping something will happen there. Hey. Oh, wow! That is... Derposaurus Rex over here is hilarious. Good lord. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. What is this? Oh. You know what I said is so bad it's good? Like, this is some of the examples of that, but in reality, it's not. Like, anyone says, it's so bad, it's good, usually just means it's f***ing awful, and I'm trying to find some kind of redeeming factor. It is just dreadful. Why exactly the models continue to twitch out when they die, I have no idea, and clip through the floor. These are all minor issues, but they all give this pretty obvious problem of the game just being absolute shoddy workmanship in every possible regard. It's a cheap indie game, we get the idea, but it's an Unreal 3 engine game that looks absolutely dreadful, even with graphics on maximum. It actually tanks my GTX Titans, if you can believe that. That's just absurd, the very notion that that should ever happen. But it does, oh it does. Fight to survive! With my stupid-ass little Magnum revolver. God. I don't think there's a caliber small enough to represent the recoil on this thing. This is ridiculous. This monster's randomly spawning into the middle of nowhere as well. That's always nice. The dinosaurs are just teleporting in at this stage. They're not even trying to hide it. Clipping in mid-air. Animations decoupling all over the place. You know, funny enough, through all of it, it's... like, there's the image of what could be a reasonably enjoyable, cheesy-ass game here. And it just ends up being executed so badly. But even then, it's not as bad as people were making it out to be. And I guess it really just comes down to the fact that nothing could be. I was expecting the Antichrist when it came to this game. I really, really was. What I found was not big rigs over the road racing. This game is still playable. It's just there's no way in a million years you would pay money for it. If this was a mod in beta, then people would probably be a lot more forgiving of it. When you not only try and charge $15 for it, but you rebrand your existing game, which was this, Go and look at the original footage, and you will see the game is exactly the same. It is not a new game. They're claiming, oh, it's a sequel. It's not a sequel! Most of the original content from the original game is still there. That's not what a sequel is. Come on. You have to make all new content. You can keep some of the same guns, and there can be similarities. You can use the same engine. You can't just rebrand it, add a few extra maps in a microtransaction store with hats in it, and call it a bloody sequel. You haven't improved the game. Oh, our animation quality is improved. My god, I can't imagine what it looked like previously. It seems so easy just to wreck this game, though. That's what's kind of disappointing about it. It's too easy a target. It's like punching a seal. You just wouldn't do that. It doesn't feel right. But in this case, the seal isn't an innocent little fluffy sea creature. The seal is a dick. The seal stole your packed lunch. The seal made a pass at your girlfriend. And what's worse, it seems like your girlfriend actually was into it. That's terrible. I mean, you've had 3 years of happy relationships, and this freaking asshole seal comes along, makes a pass, and suddenly you're not sure anymore. You don't know if your relationship was built on solid ground. And it's all because of this asshole seal. And you want to punch it. You want to punch it so hard. And it's like, usually I like seals, but this seal's a dick. And that's probably the best way that I can describe this, only it's just so horribly incompetent that it's not even endearing. You can make games like this, have them be cheesy and bad and be endearing. And then you make dreadful video games. Which I guess is what you see in Orion Dino Horde. And it's not just that it's a dreadful video game, it's that it's a dishonestly dreadful video game. It's a game that claims it's a multiplayer beta, yet doesn't mention it anywhere on the Steam page. It's a game that rebrands itself, and yet is exactly the same thing with a little bit of additional content in it. That's not okay. Absolutely not. And the funny thing about this is, when you make a game that is just this big amalgamation of stuff that you think is kind of cool... Oh, hello, Timberwolf. God. You get this amalgamation of dumb 13-year-old stuff. It's like, if a bunch of 13-year-olds designed a video game, it would probably be Orion Dino Horde. It's like, oh, what can we have? Jetpacks, and tanks, and T-Rex, and Stegosaurus, and lasers, and jet bikes. That's what would have happened, and then they suddenly realize they don't in any way have the experience to make that actually work. That is what Orion Dino Horde is in a nutshell. And I don't think under any circumstances you should really support that idea, because it is a terrible, terrible way of doing things. But the funny thing is that you would think, when you shoved all that together, if you were even moderately competent, you could actually make a fun game. Like, you put jetpacks in games, and suddenly those games are just a lot more enjoyable than you would have expected. You can do campy, dumb stuff, and you're like, yeah, it's not exactly a classic, is it? But it's kind of fun and dumb in some fairly enjoyable ways. But this game isn't even that. It doesn't even manage to attain that. That takes a special kind of failure. Oh, man. There's not a lot redeeming about this game, because everything that I find that I think, oh, this is kind of cool, ends up just being implemented so dreadfully that it doesn't work out. This is the kind of game that you could play with your friends and have a laugh at how dreadful it is, and then immediately regret having spent money on it. This is not $15 worth of her. If I were to look at another game around this price range, I'd look at something like, say, Nazi Zombies, yeah? Sniper Elite, Nazi Zombies. It's a terrible video game, but it's at least competent at what it does. It's just a cynical cash-in. This game is not even competent at what it does. In any way. There's nothing competent here. You don't see a single element of this game that makes you think, that was pretty cool. Even the freaking bullet time that randomly comes into the game for no apparent reason is stupidly annoying and lasts way too long. Oh my god. This, you should not be paying money for this. If someone gives you this for free, they're probably your worst enemy. They're probably that asshole seal. Don't trust them. Don't trust them, man. Seriously. He's a cheat. He's a man whore. Yep. This is such a great thing to look at. As it disappears into the distance. That represents the game in a nutshell. It's a flailing, badly textured corpse. I just got nothing to say. I just don't. It's just awful. It's horrible. It's no Antichrist because you know what? It's not important enough to be. I think when people say that, you know, this is one of the worst games they've ever seen and they hype it up to be just unimaginably awful in every way, I think they give it too much credit. Because that at least puts some importance on it, you know? The worst game ever is a famous thing. This is just badly made. Great concept squandered by incompetence. And then a cynical attempt to rebrand it in the vague hope that people would forget. I hope that people do forget. I really do. I hope that people just forget this game even exists. And Spiral, I suppose, had an opportunity to redeem themselves, and they did not take it. God. Or maybe they did take it. You know, maybe they did take it. Maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe they just don't no idea what they're doing. I think it's actually fair to say that they're probably just awful at video game development. That's fine. There's plenty of other studios that are like that too. They're just less dishonest about it. Oh, wow. The worst sounding shotgun of all time. I can't play any more of this. I'm not gonna do it. No. I don't love you that much. Freaking Brian Daniels. I don't even want to play video games anymore after this. My name's been TotalBiscuit, Orion, Dino Horde. Please, for the love of God, no more. I'll see you next time.